Hi everyone, welcome to the visual guide for the Temple of the Fist. This is one of 3 endgame dungeons made available in Final Fantasy XIV Stormblood. My name is Mistech and I'll be your dungeon guide. The fist thing you'll notice is that the sets of trash are separated by moss barriers. Damaging and destroying these walls will spawn extra adds, so tanks be ready to pick them up. The first boss is Curl Tooty, who is soon joined by Curl Fruity. Together they attempt to dazzle the party with all manner of AoE attacks. Luckily, you've had lots of practice and can easily avoid everything. If you kill one Curl first, the other will cast Basic Instinct and gain a damage up buff. Electric Burst will then do a lot of damage, and while it is survivable, it can be a bit annoying to heal through. What you can do is kill them at the same time to avoid that altogether. In this next section, we climb the cliff tops above RHALGR'S reach. Sadly, these things don't actually push you off and make you restart the instance. Missed opportunity if you ask me. The second boss is our Buddha, also known as the most annoying boss ever. Cardinal Shift will do group-wide AoE damage. Heal through this as necessary. Fourfold Shear is a multi-hit tank hit. Be ready with cooldowns and heals. The annoying part comes from the attacks Port and Star, or fore and aft. Depending on which one he casts, our Buddha will throw out a huge knockback and debuffing ability. If he's casting Port and Star, you want to be either behind or in front of him. If he's casting fore and aft, you need to be on his sides. The catch is that he doesn't like to face one direction the entire encounter, forcing all players to constantly have to reposition appropriately. During HELLSEAL, players will be affected by either Sun Seal or Moon Seal, and respective ground markers will light up. Stand in the matching area before the cast ends to avoid getting knocked around and debuffed. TAPAS is a series of ground AoE circles on players. You'll need to constantly move to stay out of them, all while also dodging his ridiculous positional attacks. To add insult to injury, the boss will cast Killer Instinct, another positional parry attack that will knock back and damage any player attacking from the wrong sides. There's a lot of movement to adjust on this boss, and at some point you might just get fed up and take all of the attacks to the face while you sit there and pad the meters. Luckily, the damage done by each of these attacks isn't that bad. Healers will just need to be careful of players with high stacks during the AoE blasts. In this last section of the instance, players will have to watch out for these floating orbs that will explode based on proximity to a player. Dodge these as necessary. The last boss is Ivan Curlfist. Spirit Wave is a group-wide AoE blast that should be healed through. It will also place a tornado on a random player. Hurricane Kick is a 270-degree frontal. Avoid these as necessary. Touch of Slaughter will mark up a player with this green marker. Ivan will charge the player, bringing them down super low without actually killing them. The affected player will need to avoid any other hits while they're being topped off to avoid death. Periodically, Ivan will call down a wall of dragon heads that will move across the platform, dealing damage and placing vulnerability up debuffs on any one hit. Players need to find the gaps in the wall and use them to avoid the dragon heads. Silent Roar is a large column AoE attack. Move out of this as necessary. RHALGR'S Piece is a proximity-based damage from Ivan in the center. Players should move to the outer edge of the platform to minimize damage. Immediately after, the Rose of Destruction marks up a player with this stack-up marker. Stack together to share the damage. Eventually, Ivan will summon a number of CHAKRA orbs around the platform and attempt to consume them all. Each orb will heal him and give him a damage up buff. To avoid excess damage and even death, players should run around and grab all of the orbs before he consumes them. If done correctly, Furious Fist shouldn't do lethal damage. At this point, the mechanics will repeat with increased difficulty and overlap. You'll see 2 dragon head walls, and they can also coincide with the stack-up marker. Find the gap and stack together in safe areas. If you have any questions or comments, please let me know. Up next, we'll take a look at Susanoo Extreme. As always, thanks for watching. Till next time.